What it is, what it does, what it do, YouTube. Infamous Harrison here, and today I want to touch on the controversial MK11 Jax ending, because a lot of people was upset. Black people was upset, white people was upset, so I just want to touch on a little bit and give you my take, and something I like to call the Trouble with Jax. Alright, before we get into this, I just want to give you all a little bit of backstory of like what Jax is about. So, okay, first off, Jax, he first debuted on Mortal Kombat 2 for the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo in 1993. And then in 2000, he had his own MK spinoff called Mortal Kombat Special Forces, where pretty much he had to take down the Black Dragon that was led by Kano. And so that's where Tremor and Jarek were first introduced. And Jarek was he made his debut in MK4. And okay, Jax had, there were like about like 3 different endings. You had the ending with Sonya. Well, before I go and get into that, there's gonna be some spoils, cause it was like 3 like alternate endings. Cause one, Jax was searching for Sonya. Jarek had killed her by like rolling out the way while she was getting ready to lunge and attack him, and she fell off a cliff. And then there was another ending where Sonya was getting ready to apprehend Jarek, and Jarek lunged at her, and then he ended up falling off the cliff. And then it was Jax's ending where he pretty much had caught Jarek, or I should say was able to grab Jarek like after Sonya had fell off the cliff, and he said one of like the cheesiest, most corniest, like lamest lines ever. And it pretty much was like this. Jarek was like, "Oh, you can't drop me. This is brutality." And Jax was like, "Wrong. This isn't a brutality. This is a fatality." I mean, it was like so lame, guys. Like, if you don't believe me, just go look it up on YouTube, because it was so, the voice acting was so horrendous. So, okay. Also, too, side note, he also studies, or should say has mastered, Muay Thai and Judo. And according to sources, to this, to the wiki page, they have a wiki page on Jax that I had looked up. It says that he, well, seeing that the 2011 Mortal Kombat reboot, they like pretty much like retconned like Jax, and how he had pretty much got into a confrontation with Ermac, and his arms had got physically obliterated. And this is in the retold events of MK3, Sonya and Jax with newly outfitted cybernetic arms reunite with the other Earth warriors as they assemble to fight Shao Kahn's takeover. So while Raiden and Liu Kang commune with the Elder Gods, the Lin Kuei and Sindel attack, and Sindel blocks Jax strikes, and he's defeated, stabbed him in the throat. Okay, and then he got resurrected by Quan Chi in the Nether Realm, and that goes into Mortal Kombat X, where he comes back as a Revenant. And after Raiden like frees him from being a Revenant, you know, he retires, and he says he marries a woman named Vera and becomes a farmer. And you know, him and Vera gave birth to Jackie, and Jackie, his daughter, becomes, you know, a member of the Special Forces. And he didn't want Jackie to join, all because of his, you know, because of what happened with him being a Revenant, and just, you know, being involved in this little conflict with Outworld. He didn't want to, you know, he didn't want her to die. He was doing like what most dads go and do. He's like, no, it's not safe for you. I don't want you to be a part of this. So then we jump into MK11, where Chronica offers Jax a better life if she joins him in the new era. And so around this time, Jax is pretty much, he secluded himself because of the death of his wife and his honorable discharge from the special forces. So now he joins Chronica so he could have a better life for Jackie, which leads up to this controversial ending. Even though it's not canon in the story mode, but when you play the arcade mode and you beat all the fighters and the boss, which is Chronica or whatever, and you're granted, I guess, her powers. And so with Jax's MK11 ending, what happens is he says in the little clip or whatever that he doesn't have time for his people to get woke, and plus he wanted a better life for Jackie. So he ended up changing the course of American history. He pretty much like stopped slavery from happening. How he did it, I don't know, but he ended up stopping slavery. And you see, like, in the next scene, I guess you see it's him, Vera, and Jackie, and they like living, I guess, their little happy ending in Africa, I guess. But okay, a lot of people were kind of ticked off about it, saying that, oh my god, how could you change history like that? Some people were saying because of the history, and then some people were saying that, it was mainly white people getting upset behind this ending, and they were being racist and all this other crazy stuff. But okay, here's my take on this whole thing. It's, to me, that ending was stupid. Now, before you start over here criticizing me and jumping on my neck like, how could you say this ending was stupid? Come on, Harrison. What, do you not like black people? Do you not like your own people and blah, blah, blah? All right, let's calm down for a second. Hear me out. The reason why I say it was stupid because, like, number one, it had nothing to do with, the Mortal Kombat story. Now, the reason why I said it had nothing to do with the Mortal Kombat story is because, okay, if you look at Jax's ending in Mortal Kombat X, Johnny got hurt, and so when Johnny had got hurt, Jax ended up leading, the team instead of, because Johnny was injured, and so he was able to go and protect Jackie and Cassie. And, he did it, and Aaron Black had tried to do a sneak attack, and he ended up getting shot. But apparently he survived because they never had made it like, but the way that they had it, you would have thought that he had died from the gunshot, but he didn't die from the gunshot because, obviously because he was in MK11. So, okay. My thing is this. I didn't care for that ending because like I said, it was stupid, it was pointless, it had nothing to do with the main story. Even though, however, when you play like the little arcade mode on Mortal Kombat, like some of the endings are non-canon and you have some that are canon. And I mean, it's cool how they have like the little what if endings and everything like that. But my whole take on that, like I said, is this. Okay, you end slavery. That's a good thing. I'm not arguing. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. But my thing is, how does that help stop the invasion of Outworld? Like, who's gonna help stop the invasion of Outworld? Like, without Jax, and I'm not saying he's like a big major part of, you know, defending Earthrealm, but he was one of the OG Mortal Kombat, you know, MK warriors, you know, a warrior defending Earthrealm. So it's like, you know, him in this little quote unquote happy ending with him being in Africa because slavery is eliminated. What about Shao Kahn? That's still not gonna stop Shao Kahn from invading Outworld. And then another thing too, how do you know for sure that, you know, in this alternate timeline that he's gonna end up meeting up with Vera and giving birth to Jackie? I mean, that might not happen in this particular timeline. And I'm not trying to be negative or whatever, but it's like, how you know that this is for certain that that's gonna happen? And they sit up here acting like everything's gonna just turn out so perfect and so great because slavery is done. That has nothing to do with, you know, Outworld invading Earth and try to take over Earth. Do you not realize that if Shao Kahn takes over the Earth realm, he's going to enslave everyone? Not just black people, not just white people, not just Hispanics or Asians. He's going to enslave the entire world. They're going to bow down and obey Shao Kahn. So having this woke ending or this, you know, little woke timeline thing, it's not going to solve anything. That's one thing. Another thing too is like, everybody always, especially the people that's woke, they always want to be on this, oh, we need to go back to Africa. Oh, we need to go back to our roots. We need to go back to Africa. So tell me something. Have you all seen the events that's going on right now in Africa? Africa is not in the best of shape right now. They're going through like a lot of things. They're going through a lot of troubles. They're going through famines. They having droughts. They having like little faction wars over there. They having religious wars over there. Here recently, I saw like on YouTube, they had like a news thing, and I seen an article where they were pretty much eliminating Christians over there. Like, anybody that professed to believe in Jesus Christ, you dead. Like, that's it. Now y'all sitting up here talking about, oh, we need to go back to Africa. Y'all want to go to Africa like so bad? Hey, go ahead, so be it. Go, you know, do you. But all I'm saying is, how is Jax, you know, eliminating slavery gonna, number one, stop the problems that's happening over in Africa like currently? And then number two, how's he gonna go and stop the, you know, Shao Kahn from invading Earthrealm? I mean, what does he have, like a Wakandan technology or something that's gonna stop Shao Kahn? I mean, that's all I'm saying. I mean, please explain to me, how is this gonna stop, or how is this gonna, like, you know, change Shao Kahn from invading Outworld? And that's pretty much my whole thing about this. See, I'm not mad about him changing the fact that, you know, black people are no longer slaves or whatever. I'm mad at the fact that everybody seems to be forgetting that, you know, okay, yeah, you just changed, you know, American history. What about the history of when, you know, Outworld is trying to take over Earthrealm? Like, what about that? Why is that like a key thing? And I understand, you know, they were trying to, I guess, get woke and try to bring a little, sprinkle a little bit of reality into the game. But it's like, to me, that ending was so unnecessary. And it was like, it doesn't mean anything. I mean, it really don't mean nothing to me. It's like, okay, what happened in American history, it happened. All right. And, you know, we need to stop over here being victims, or stop, you know, playing the victim card over here playing the victim card every time something doesn't go our way. And I apologize, I'm going off on a tangent, but I told you, I was just giving you all my take on this whole entire, controversial ending. And it's like what I said. I feel like that it's unnecessary, that we should focus more so on the Mortal Kombat lore and less about identity politics and trying to be woke and social justice and all that. I mean, keep that out of video games. And no, I'm not trying to be like all the other anti SJW people out there, but I mean, this is why like video games are like seriously like declining or like not doing well like how they should be, because everybody always want to go and add politics to video games and just all forms of media, period. And like they should just stay in their respectful place. And I feel that video games, TV shows or whatever, they don't really belong. And as far as movies, it's like they've made political movies, but they do it in a way where they're not like in your face. And here lately it seems like all these political statements and things that have been in mainstream media and just social media, period, have just been really like in your face, and it's like, no, you gotta believe in this, or oh, you're a bigot, or you're a this and you're a that. And it really doesn't have a place in the gaming community. It should just focus on the story and the lore and nothing more, nothing less. And you should just, like what I said, just stay focused on the story. All the political stuff, I mean, save it for like another like video game or for like another thing that's like appropriate. Cause like right now is like identity politics and social justice in MK11. Is that really appropriate right now? I mean, cause all it's telling is pretty much a story that's been going on according to the Mortal Kombat lore since like the dawn of time. Yeah, like the dawn of time or whatever. But well, not necessarily the dawn of time, but like it's been going on for like thousands of years, like the fighting and like the keeping the realms like balanced. And that's all it is telling. Like that's pretty much it. And it's like, I don't know, man. It's crazy though, like how people are getting so upset behind this. They were so upset behind this ending. And like I said, in conclusion, because I don't want to keep rambling or like going off like on a tangent or whatever. In conclusion with this whole thing, like what I said, my take is this: the ending was unnecessary. They could have did something a little bit better. And as far as like Jax and his character, I also feel like they made him weak. They made, how do you become like this strong, I just say co-leader or like leader. I mean, he was like a leader of the Outworld intelligence agency that him and Sonya created. So how do you become like this strong leader, taking charge, kicking butt, taking names, breaking necks, breaking backs to this man, this husk of a man that's like sitting in seclusion on his farm crying over the death of his wife? I mean, I understand, he lost his wife, and I'm sure he loved her very much and all that, and it hurts losing a loved one. But I mean, come on, man, like they are invading. Like, you have Shao Kahn invading Outworld. It's like you need to put that like on the shelf somewhere. You gotta handle your business, bruh. You gotta go and like defeat Shao Kahn and his goons, so they won't be over trying to take over Earth, and it won't be good for you, Jackie, and whoever else. But his little, to me, it seemed like that act was very selfish, even though, like I've said before, like earlier in this video, a lot of people, you know, it's like non-canon endings, and a lot of people, when you play as certain characters, you know, it's like these what-if endings. They use the power, use their whatever, you know, I guess their wish or power. I'm sorry, I'm saying wish because, you know, like how on Twisted Metal, how you win the tournament and, like, you know, you get granted a wish by Calypso, and he was supposed to be like a god. And okay, see, I'm going somewhere else with this, but let me get back on point. But it was like, my point is, I know people do on there, they've done things for selfish reasons, and okay, but to me it seems like what Jax did, that was like very selfish. And it was like, what about the rest of humanity? You was so concerned about your daughter and having a good life, but what about everybody else? They ain't finna have a good life when Shao Kahn takes over. So all I'm saying is, it's like, his character went from, like, you know, like this brave, take charge soldier. He was over here taking down the Black Dragon. He's trying to take down Shao Kahn. And then when his wife died, he just like fell from grace. And he was like just being a sniveling little baby crying like, oh God, Jackie, I just want what's best for Jackie. Oh my God. And it's like, seriously, dude, like, bruh. And like, the fact that he didn't want Jackie in the special, you know, forces and like fighting Outworld is like, dude, if you not gonna do it, who else is gonna go and do it? And I understand, yeah, nobody wants to die, nobody wants to lose their kids or their loved ones, but again, I'm gonna say, Shao Kahn, he doesn't care. Shao Kahn is like the Thanos of Mortal Kombat. He doesn't care. He will kill everyone just to gain conquest, just to get what he wants. And my thing is, you need to go and, you know, get out your feelings and handle your business and take this man down. And which, yeah, he did do it in the main story, but it's like they made his character seem like so wimpy and so selfish to me. I don't know. That's just me though. Like what I said, I'm just giving you my thoughts, my opinion on this whole thing. So I'm gonna wrap this up before I go off into something else and not focusing on the main topic once again. But I actually kind of had fun like digging into this, and I hope y'all like this video. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, you know. And let me tell, like I want to hear from you all. Tell me your thoughts. Like, was Jax ending good to you, or, you know, was it stupid, or like what exactly? What are your thoughts? Please let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, get addicted, and remember, stay watching, stay gaming, thank Jesus, all shall be well, and most importantly, stay classy, Chi-Town, stay classy, YouTube. I'm Infamous Harrison, and I am out. Peace, Christ be with you.